When you're creating your own theme, you're obviously going to want to make a whole bunch of regions. Well, this is actually pretty simple. 3 files you'll edit to create a region: the .info.yaml file, page.html.twig, and then of course you'll need to style your regions with CSS. You always clear your cache after adding regions, and you'll always check your structure in block layout. So we're going to add a navigation region. We've created the CSS for you, so you won't have to do that yourself, but we'll follow those 3 steps again. Declare the regions in the .info.yaml file, render the regions in page.html.twig, and then we'll apply some CSS. All right, let's dive into that. The first thing we need to do is to go ahead and update our info file. Head back over to your template folder and open up mytheme.info.yaml, and we'll add a new region here. The order is important here simply because this is the order that they'll appear in the blocks page. So right here between header and content, go ahead and insert a new line, 2 spaces, my theme menu, navigation. So the word navigation is what's going to show up in our block regions. Hit save. Next, let's go ahead and grab page.html.twig out of the classy folder and bring it into our own theme. So head back over to Drupal 8 theming, core, themes, classy, templates, layout, and go ahead and copy page.html.twig over to your own folder. Themes, custom, my theme, templates, and paste that in there. Go ahead and open page.html.twig. And once again, this is a theme override to display a single page. Well, we want navigation on every page, so this is quite simple. You'll see page.primary_menu and secondary menu here, breadcrumb, highlighted, help. These are hard-coded in. Go ahead and remove primary menu and secondary menu that are hard-coded in because we won't need those anymore, and type the following: 2 spaces, single curly bracket %, which is declaring a conditional statement. If page.mythememenu, which is the block region we created earlier, we could have called that anything we wanted, % curly bracket. I'm going to add a few lines in there just so we can see. 2 spaces, div ID equals my theme menu, which is quite difficult to type, by the way. Class equals content. Make sure those are surrounded by double quotes. 2 spaces, double curly brackets, space, again remember our syntax, page.mythememenu, single space, back 2 spaces, close the div, and close the end if. So curly bracket %, if there's something in my theme menu, div ID equals my theme menu, class equals content, double curly brackets, page my theme menu, close out the div, and close out the end if. All right, hit save, flush your cache, head back over to your site and go to Structure and Blocks. You'll now see we have a navigation block here. Let's demonstrate block regions. And you'll see that navigation appears just below header. Of course, we have no formatting yet. That's all right. Grab main navigation and put it in the navigation block. We have unsaved changes. Click Save. And we shouldn't see a change yet. There's our navigation just the way it was. until we add some CSS. Let's go and do that. Step 3, again, is to add the CSS that's going to style this block. In your Downloads folder, D8 theme course files, you'll find Learning Module 2 assets. Go ahead and grab the navigation.css file and copy that into your own CSS folder. And let's update our libraries file. So once again, mytheme.libraries.yaml. Let's go ahead and add CSS, navigation.css, and 2 curly brackets. Go back over, flush your cache, and hit refresh. And that's picking up the CSS we just added. So remember, adding custom regions is 3 steps. Declaring the regions in your .info.yaml file, rendering the regions in page.html.twig, and styling the regions with CSS. Clear your cache, and then place the blocks in whatever region you've created. One of the important areas of the Drupal documentation you're going to want to spend a lot of time in is the Drupal theming guide, and that's found at drupal.org/theme-guide/8. We haven't talked much about this yet, but this is going to become incredibly important for you. And if you want to check out the documentations on adding regions to a theme, this is the page you'll want to come to. And it highlights all the things we just talked about. If I were you building themes for the first time, I would definitely bookmark the theming guide for Drupal 8.